Hello and welcome to Mad L Goes Racing, and today we're going to be continuing with our Ginetta Jrs UK Championship. This is the fifth of 5 rounds in this particular series, and we are at Snetterton in glorious Norfolk. It's about 20 odd miles as the crow flies in that direction. It being my local circuit that I have spent many hours visiting both as a spectator since sometime in the 1970s through to mid to late 80s. 5 seasons of racing there on 2 wheels. It's definitely a little bit different to what it was back then, but basically we're in a position whereby we have to finish in the top 3, I think, to be able to guarantee winning the championship. So, after the disaster that was the last round, let's see how we get on with this. I'll try and point out some of the differences between when I raced and what it's like now. The most important difference is the hairpin back there. Instead of going to a hairpin, you literally turn right onto the back straight. What was a second gear, possibly third gear corner on the bike. And then the next major difference is column curve here, which didn't go around quite as far, and you were basically at about this point.
Try your best out there today. Get a decent lap in and line yourself up for a good race.
Come straight to around about probably here, and then there was a very fast left-right flick, which was Russell Chicane, onto the start-finish straight. Now, it just so happens that in 1989 they changed that to put in quite a slow chicane, very tight chicane, that let's say annoyed a lot of people. In fact, it was so tight, I think even the Formula 1 cars that used to test at Snetterton sort of went, too tight. And they did, over the years, before they went to this particular layout, they did change that and opened it out so it was a lot more of a straight line through this game. If you go on Google Maps and scroll back the years a bit, which you can definitely do on Google Earth, I don't know if you can do it on Google Maps, you can actually see the outside edges of where the Russell Chicane was, where they got like a green runoff area, and that was basically where the edge of the track was, and you can see how much they'd straightened it out over the years. Now I suspect this is going to be a terrible lap. Considering I overshot. Into the hairpin here, which is just trying to remember which hairpin this is based on. I believe this is meant to be based on the hairpin at Montreal. Was it Montreal? I know several of the corners are based on other corners on other circuits, and I might be wrong. It was a while back. Yeah, they made the modification, so. But that corner, which used to just be called the S's, before they renamed it to Brundle and something else. Brundle and Murray? No, Murray's is this one around here, isn't it? Always been a tricky little corner. You're going to be there or thereabouts this time. And it's all about trying to get a line to get the good exit onto the straights, as it's got a couple of reasonably long straights at Snetterton. Because if you don't get a decent exit onto the straights, you'll get overtaken left, right and centre. And my first season of motorcycle racing ended up with me going to hospital, having been going round into the S's and having an engine seize, which the last thing I remember is getting flicked off the side of the bike thinking, why is the back wheel pointing over there somewhere? And the next thing I remember is waking up in a medical centre going, don't cut my leathers off, because obviously if you have suspected broken bones and damaged neck, whatever, they don't want to move you about too much, so they occasionally would cut people's leathers off, and but that was only in a very, 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 very much an emergency situation, they did say, because obviously the medics who worked at the race meetings tended to be motorcyclists themselves in a lot of cases. And they knew damn well how much all this stuff cost. And if you're a club racer, you have to pay for all your own stuff most of the time. Good old bomb hole. Whether or not it really was where a bomb dropped, not sure if that's just made up or not, but keep it on the island here. Now I'm suspecting that it's got to the point where the AI are not going to get a lot faster, so even with 6 minutes remaining, I think I'm going to chance my arm and return to the pits and skip to the end. How you feeling, Brave Punk? And yes, we are on pole, and hopefully, all things being equal, for 15 minutes of racing we can keep up the good work. So here we go, let's see how we get on. Where's our teammate is down in third, and was it Tom Frickscorn was the person currently in third in the championship, I believe. So wish me luck. Usual thing, no tuning required. Get in there,
mate,
get on with it.
Let's get a clean getaway and defend that pole position into the first corner.
Take it a bit easy.
1 length back.
Bit easy on the brakes. Didn't realise I was going to catch up quite that much. Bit easy on the brakes on the first lap till the tyres are all nicely up to temperature and pressure. I keep forgetting this thing's got 6 gears.
Back. He's still there, 2 lengths back.
They do occasionally take a very funny line through Riches where they take a bit of a turn in and then they seem to turn back out and then they turn in again. It's like they have 2 stabs at it. I don't know if that's where they actually lose a bit of time around here, or but certainly compared with where were we last time? Come on, brain, catch up. Oh, Donington Park, yes. Compared with Donington Park, they're definitely not as quick around Snetterton. Or maybe they're just unnaturally quick around Donington, I'm never sure which.
Behind. 2 lengths behind.
Well, that was silly.
Your left rear corner. On your left. Okay, he's cleared you. Car right. Still there. All clear.
Now, let's see how good the slipstream is, shall we?
fastest second sector so far. Great job. Keep it up.
It's strange because a lot of people go very wide through here, and I tend to hug the inside curb, but I think it's a case of swings and roundabouts.
That lap is a new personal best. Good job. Keep pushing.
Still a terrible lap, but there you go.
One on your left. Okay, mate, you're on his tail. Let's try and nail him on this lap. Force an error. He's under big pressure. You can take it. You're clear.
Kick some dirt in.
Good start. That's the fastest sector time. Watch your right.
That's a bit tight.
Still there. Clear. One on your right. Clear now.
Well, you can't really cut back through the corner unless you're going on the other circuit. You just don't have the room. Now, this could prove interesting. I'm just about to run out straight before I get to the braking zone. Try and get in the power a bit earlier.
Okay, that's your best sector 2 today.
That's probably one of the trickiest corners on any circuit around, because obviously you're trying to turn right still whilst braking to try and flick into the left, so tricky little corner.
You've got one on your right.
Let's see if we can get an overlap on him.
You're good, all clear. Right side.
All clear until I wasn't. Better exit and get. Whoops. Get on the power a bit early, so we can get past them before we get to the other end of the straight.
On the right side.
Now at this point we might have the corner, we might not, depending whether the II decides
Still
to...
there, right side.
Nope, he doesn't see the corner. Give the throttle a bit more of a blip because it does unstabilise. That's a horrible use of the English language. Destabilise the back end. if you don't give it a bit of a blip. I think we should have got clear this time. Yep. I think we're clear this time. Now, let's try concentrating a bit. It's always surprising how much speed you can take through there. Right, let's see if we can stick in a couple of quick laps and break the opposition.
5 minutes remaining.
Just feel the front tyres giving up the grip as they're trying to brake and steer at the same time.
Got one 2 lengths back.
That was terrible.
The guy behind us try and take that place from you. Think about your defence.
Thank you, Ben. Always nice to be told the bleeding obvious.
4 minutes remaining.
That was better. Don't get your engineer swearing at you. Don't brake the throttle at the same time. Don't use the brake and the throttle at the same time. It's a game.
3 minutes to go.
I'm always worried about taking too much curb on the inside and completely destabilising the car. Or catching the curb and flicking yourself round. So there's always a little bit of caution around there.
Brilliant.
Nice, neat and tidy.
You've just posted the fastest first sector time.
I can see that, it tells me up there.
2 minutes to go.
Whoops. A little bit wide. So this should...
Just one more lap to go. You've done a great job. Let's take this win.
I was about to say, before I was rudely interrupted, this should be the last lap.
1 minute remaining.
nice and careful around the last corner. You don't want to do anything embarrassing like spin the car on the last lap around the last bend. Here, and there you have it, a victory on the final race of the first season, and I say first season, the first championship of the first season. There was a second championship afterwards. He didn't even wave to me, the miserable bugger. Let's see how consistent we were. Not bad, not brilliant, not bad. If you do go wide coming out of the bomb hole and end up on the grass, don't be surprised if you find a rather large hole that will eject your car into the stratosphere. It's I don't know how it ended up like that, but there is quite a nasty dip down there. And into the pits we go. And up to the pit crew who will wave me in. Glory at the victory.
Won the race! Fantastic drive!
Thank you, Ben. Right, so a win. Fastest lap was barely quicker than the others, I have to say. He was Rodney. You're right, Rodney. Named after a trotter, no doubt. Couple of tenths slower. Generally speaking, a teammate was half a second slower, which is one. I think Snetterton's probably one of the ones where you could probably jack the AI up a little bit more. Right, let's save the replay before I forget. And I hope I got the fastest lap. I did. And there we are. Winner of the series. Winner of the team championship. So that's the first series done and dusted. And we can advance to the next series. Woohoo, I've earned an accolade. Isn't that lovely? Right, let's have a look to see what we get to with the second series. I do believe that's the same. Is that the same set? Knockhill, Snetterton, Donington, Silverstone. Were we at the International or the National last time? Then the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. I presume otherwise rules and regs are the same. They are. Why doesn't the back button do anything? Again, we'll be doing the full series, so the full 5 rounds, and we'll continue that. We'll continue that next time. Somebody is shouting at me from downstairs. So, I wonder if it'll be raining up there again. But we'll find out next time. So, for now, that's one championship down, many more to go. And we'll catch you in the next one. Have fun. Keep it safe. Keep the tyres on the road, not on the grass.